And let me just begin by saying that the open ocean is to birds what space is to mankind. It's the last great frontier. For most birds, the open ocean poses the harshest, the most unyielding, and the most dangerous of all environments. And yet it's an environment that covers nearly 2/3 of the world's surface. It's an area that most birds avoid. But as many of you know, because many of you are well-traveled and have made journeys across numerous oceans, there are some days you can be hundreds, sometimes even thousands of miles from the nearest point of land. Go to the rails of a ship, look seawards, and you will see a bird. But these are not normal birds. These are not land birds. These are not crows or sparrows or warblers. These are seabirds. Perhaps the most highly evolved, the most specially adapted of all birds in the world. Seabirds spend their life out on the open ocean. Think of that. An ever-changing tract of vast water. They have to survive storm and tempest. And to survive over these vast tracts of the world's oceans, our seabirds have become master navigators. They've become accomplished sailors. But above all else, folks, they've become absolutely accomplished masters, consummate masters of aerodynamics. There are some 350 or so seabird species in the world. 350. We have about 10,500 ordinary birds, but 350 species of seabirds. And the largest of them all is the wandering albatross. This bird, I've seen, I will not offend anybody here, I've seen attorneys, I've seen lawyers, I've seen doctors, I've seen people from all races of life standing on the back of a ship and see one of these fly by, and a tear will roll down their cheeks. These birds, the albatrosses, they should tug at your heartstrings, fill you with a sense of awe and a sense of wonderment. There's nothing as epic as an albatross, and the wandering albatross, quite simply, is the largest of them all. Here's a bird, but not only the largest flying bird. I know that you're all Californians and you think condors are largest. Absolutely not. You Americans always think you have the biggest cars, the biggest buildings, and the biggest birds. The largest flying bird in the world, trust me, is the wandering albatross. Not only is it the largest flying bird in the world, this bird is also the longest lived of all birds. They will reach ages that will match anybody in this room. The oldest known for many years was Grandma. She was 69 years old and had 3 husbands, spurned 14 kids. I mean, she was an absolute alpha A-type female. So these birds are able to live an amazing number of years. Folks, these are such delicate birds. They weigh only 2 to 3 ounces. These birds are the size of a sparrow. These birds are so small that they will literally fit into your hand. This is what we're talking about here. And yet these birds are able to make journeys of 10, 15,000 miles across open oceans, survive in winds of 80 to 90 miles an hour, live for 40 or 50 years. And yet they can fit into the cup of your hand. If you had asked me 5 years ago how many storm petrels we have, I would have told you with my hand on my heart, we have 21. Because it hasn't changed for 91 years. We've had 21 species of storm petrels. This is one of the greatest seabirds in the world. It's a large bird. Some of the storm petrels are actually quite small, but this bird is the size of your American robin, which is really a thrush, but that's another story. So here we have a bird the size of an American robin, and look at the patterns. Look at the head. This is the most obvious, the most conspicuously patterned storm petrel in the world. We've been searching for its nest in the Chilean deserts for over 100 years. This is the closest we've got to it. This is one of my photographs. I can't tell you where it is because it's in great secrecy, and I hope to be the one to discover all that sort of stuff. But it's a juvenile with down, and this is the closest we've got. After 100 years of searching, no idea where it nests, no idea what the eggs are like, what its biology is like. We know nothing about this particular bird. These two had developed the net gun. They were in a boat the size of a bathtub. Now when you see this on the screen, the boat's not moving around. It was a calm day, but you should see this. This boat's still going up and down 4 or 5 feet at any one time. It is absolutely unbelievable. The net gun itself is a masterful affair, designed by Chris Gaskin. These 4 spokes are like the spokes of a shotgun. The net is held in here, the string attaches to the corner, you have a gas chamber of compressed air here, and you sit. This is the greatest fun. This is an e-ticket ride at Disney if you ever saw it. You sit on the back of a boat and the storm peppers come in and pow, and the net goes up. It is amazing. It's like scoring a goal at Wembley, if you know what that is. You know, if you're British, you'll understand. And so here you are, you sit in the back of the boat and you attract the birds in. Our gunner, if you like, was Karen, and she was about to make ornithologic history on this day. Her first 2 attempts, she missed. And every time you miss, you have to bring the boat in, reload the net. It's a laborious process, about an hour or so. But on her 3rd attempt, out she went. And the birds came in. You can see there's 1 bird here, and there's 1 there. The net came out and over, and we got 2 birds. Not 1, but 2. I swear, the cheer that went up from that little boat, I use this phrase a lot, but my God, you could have heard us in Alaska. 2 of us, Michelle and myself, fully grown men. We hugged each other and we were sobbing like babies. We really were, because we knew we had it. We knew there now could be no escape. We had all the material to test whether this was actually a new species. First paper to carry news of the new species of storm petrel was the Los Angeles Times, March the 5th, I think 2011. All of the English-speaking papers, major papers in London and Sydney and so on, and even Spanish papers actually picked up the story. We had established a precedent, and so the bird was off. Very rarely do we get a chance to make a difference. Tonight we do, and already many of you have. If you haven't purchased anything, if you haven't contributed anything, folks, this would be a great time to do it. Thank you for your support, and Larry, thank you for getting this underway.